guys, this is Amy with KETOLISCIOUS Life, and I'm on my way to my doctor's appointment checkup. So we'll be going over my recent lab results. Let me turn my air down a little bit so it's not so loud. And just talking about, my general health and how everything has been going, and so I'm excited. I'm excited also for her to see my weigh-in, because I have lost weight since my last weigh-in at, her office. I don't know the exact date, how long ago it was, but it is so hot here, you guys. My car is registering at 104. 104. My steering wheel is so hot, I can't even hardly touch it. I should have cooled. I didn't know it was going to be this hot today. I'm so blown away. But anyway, so I'm going to go just through Dutch Bros drive-through as always and get my cold brew. This will be my second one of the day. No food today so far, just coffee. Of course, it has heavy cream in it, so it does count. It kind of is a meal for me. And my phone was overheating. I got my Dutch Bros, and I'm on my way to my doctor's appointment. I'm excited for her to see my progress on my weight loss and my health. And we're gonna go over all my numbers, my results of my last blood work, which was, I believe it was mainly my thyroid levels. It was my vitamin D. Honestly, I can't remember what else we tested for, but there may have been some other things there too. I'm not going to be doing probably a cholesterol test. Hold on, there's a car. So yeah, sorry, I had a car merging onto the freeway really slowly. So basically, we're going to be going over my labs. I'm not going to be doing a cholesterol, LDL, HDL, all that stuff yet. Probably maybe the next draw we will do that, because I just recently had them done, I think 6 months ago, and they were amazing. So yeah, I'm absolutely not worried about that at all. Some exciting news. I have a trip booked for Ava and I in, gosh, I already forgot the date, July sometime. We are going to be going to Disneyland for 3 days, and maybe to Universal Studios for 1 day. My husband and my son have a Boy Scout trip they're going to be at for the whole week, so I take that time and get some girl time in with my daughter, and kind of have, it's turned into a little bit of a tradition. So this will be I think it's our 3rd year in a row going to Disneyland, and I am not complaining. I love Disneyland. I never knew I loved it so much, but I do. So in July, we're going to have hopefully some fun vlogs. We're hoping to meet up with a mother and daughter YouTubers who do a lot of Disneyland vlogs. They live in the area, and so we're really hoping that we get to meet them and say hi. We love watching their videos. They're so fun. So we're hoping to do that. All right, guys, so I'm at my doctor's office, and I'm parking in the shade because it is so hot. My hair is still damp from my shower, but oh well. So is just an update on my weight progress. For many months I was sort of stalled at 155, and then I finally the scale just dipped down, and I didn't really do anything different. I was just staying on keto and doing my thing, and then so my weight dipped down all the way to 148. And then it sort of went back up. It drifts back up again. Whenever I have a weight loss, it goes down and then it drifts back up. So I'm sitting at about 151. So I mean, I haven't gone back up to the 155 number where I was stuck at for months. So I'm just steadily going down very slowly. This is definitely the trend that I'm seeing in terms of my weight loss, that it is going down, but it is slow. I'm okay with that. I mean, I would like to lose, just in looking at my own body and sort of still the fat areas that I know I have. I still have some fat like in my stomach and a lot in my thighs that I wouldn't mind, losing. So maybe another 10, 15 pounds. I'd love to be in the 130s. I'd be happy in the low 140s even, I think. So I'm so close to a goal weight that I've never been able to achieve on any other diet, any other exercise routine, any other doctor's care I've ever been under. I've never been able to achieve this type of weight loss and health. Having thyroid disease, you feel terrible. And, I feel so much better on keto. So all the haters and all these people that are saying terrible stuff about keto, they can just keep hating, because I'm not going back to the old way. I just am not, So anyway, that's just sort of an update on my weight progress there. If I do get another new low, I'll be sure to let you know. It's got to go down below 148, so that would be pretty amazing. Now, I do have, summer's here, and I really, the dreaded bikini, the dreaded bathing suit. Maybe we'll have to go shopping and do something like that. I'm just not looking forward to that. Never have enjoyed that part of it. But yeah, so that's where we are. I'm still in between size 9, 10s and 11s. 11s or 11, 12s tend to be a little bit big. And 9, 10s tend to be like a little bit small. I think I'm like, if you were to have the perfect size 10, I'm probably like a size 10, perfect size 10, Yeah, so it's frustrating, but I used to buy large and extra large shirts and sweatshirts and things like that. Now I'm like, a medium is what I need, a medium, and I have not been in a medium in most of my years, my adult years. So I'm pretty excited about, my progress. It's been great, and I can't complain. I've been thinking about what it would be like to do a lower carb diet at some point, maybe for maintenance, up my carbs to 100 carbs, maybe integrate in a low carb bread and actually have a sandwich or something. So there's that possibility down the road for my journey. But I know that my body doesn't do well on carbs, so it's not something that I probably would do even every day. Maybe it would be just when I'm really craving a sandwich, I would have a higher carb day, something like that. And also, I would want to see if that higher carb day caused me to put on weight, because certainly if I'm going to slowly put back on weight, I don't want to do that. So that's where we are. I'm at my doctor's appointment. I'm going to go ahead and get in there and see what she has to say. So I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, I am done with my doctor's appointment, and the first thing she said was, "Wow, you definitely look even better than last time." So she's like, "What is your weight?" And we checked the last time I had been in. I think it was, I have to look up the dates, but about 6 months different. I was in the 160s, and I'm in the 150s now. So she was like, blown away. She's like, you've lost another 10 pounds. So, you know, we went over my lab results. I have them here. My T4 to T3 conversion has always been a struggle, and we've already definitely pinpointed that. So one of the best ways to treat that is to go on not only a T4, a desiccated T4, but to also take a straight T3, which is the active form. So I take Citamel as well as Armour Thyroid. And we figured out that part of the problem is I don't take them early enough in the day. I take them usually late in the evening because I forget to take my thyroid, so I end up taking it sometimes even before bed. So she, you know, she made a really good point, and I should have clued into this, that I am sleeping through the benefits of the T3. So I'm basically, it's kind of like a waste, you know. And I'm sleeping fine, so it's not interrupting my sleep, which for some people, they cannot take it in the evenings at all. So we're going to adjust, we're basically raising my T3. She added in another dose of T3 because that seems to make me feel the best, taking the T3. So I'm going to split my doses. I'm going to take half in the morning and then half no later than 2 o'clock. So that way my body will be able to use the energy that I'm getting from the T3, which is that active form of thyroid. And of course, you know, not having a gallbladder and having that, the digestion, I guess you know, thyroid doesn't get processed as well when you don't have a thyroid, when you don't have a gallbladder. So I'm sure that some of my thyroid is not being, you know, properly digested or properly, you know, in my bloodstream. So, you know, there could be that part of it where I'm not getting the thyroid I really need in the blood cells, in the cells. So we tested my iron, which she said my iron is perfect. My iron saturation is 13. And then my iron bind was 319, kind of right in the middle. My UIBC was 277, pretty much in the middle. And my iron 1, it just says iron, was 42, which was mid-range. You know, so my iron levels all looked really, really good. She said they were perfect. And then so in case you're curious, for any of you out there that are struggling with thyroid disease, my T3 free was 2.1, and which is a little low. So that's what we're trying to figure out, you know, why I'm not converting. And then my T4 free direct was 0.97. So it's, yeah. And then my reverse T3 was 21.6. So those are my thyroid numbers. They're not in the optimal range that her and I are used to seeing and what we like to see. We don't want to be at the lower end of the numbers. We want to be at the higher end. People feel better at the higher. So that's why I go to her, and that's why I pay her. We pay her pretty much out of pocket. And I see her twice a year, because regular doctors will not invest this type of care into helping you feel good if you have thyroid disease. And many of them won't even put you on desiccated, and they will not put you on a T3 in addition to a T4. And you know, it's just lack of knowledge. There's not a lot of training. You know, when doctors become doctors, the amount of time spent on thyroid care is like an hour or something like that. I've heard crazy things about how much time they actually get training on thyroid disease. So there you go. Doctors aren't always, you know, there's no way they could possibly know everything about every single thing in the body. You know, there's just so much information and so much testing and science that's happening every day. You know, it really pays to go to someone that specializes in this, and that is willing to work with you. So I really urge you, find a practitioner in your area that's going to really care about how you're feeling and not just treat you as a number. We also tested my vitamin D, which my level was 45.3, and I've never been able to get it much higher than that. I don't take it regularly. I need to really try to get it. I would like to get it to about 80. I read a lot and researched a lot, and people start to really feel good when it's about in the 80s. So I wouldn't mind seeing it a little higher. So other than that, she was extremely impressed. I asked her if for my next labs, I'd like to look at my, cholesterols and all of that. So she wrote, hopefully she did the right ones. She's so great. She's really, really great. She does whatever I ask usually. If there's something I want to see, she's fine with testing it. So we're going to be testing my next one. We're doing a lipid panel and a comp metabolic panel. And we're going to also be testing my DHEA sulfate and my CBC with differential platelet, and my T4 and T3 again. So that's what I'll be doing in about a month. So yeah, I'm excited to see my lipid panel. That'll be great, because people always say, oh, if you're on keto, your lipid panels must be out of control, so we're going to take a look at that and see how that's looking. And yeah, so I'm going to start a new routine of taking half my thyroid in the morning and the other half around 2 p.m. And we're going to see if I feel even better, because I'm feeling pretty dang good right now as it is. So I'm very happy. She's super happy with, she's like, you are a completely different person than when you came and saw me 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I came into her office bawling. I was in pain. I was sick. I had my daughter was very young at the time. I could barely function, and I just went in there bawling like a baby, crying. I was so emotional. I was so sick. I was so tired and exhausted and fatigued. And my whole body was throbbing with inflammation. I felt bad for her, because it was like, you just got an emotional walking train wreck coming into your office. And, at the time, my thyroid levels were all over the place, because doctors had only treated me with the T4, with synthetic thyroid, and clearly it wasn't working. And then I was low in vitamin D. What else? My B's were really low. My body was just lacking so much in every area. So she helped me get all of that. We just started hammering away at those levels, and I was getting blood work done about every 3 months for the first year to get all of that as best as we could in the optimal range. And I immediately felt better. So it definitely worked, but it was a long road. So I just can't tell you enough to please find someone. She's a nurse practitioner. She's not a doctor. She specializes in hormone replacement therapy and thyroid care, and she gives you a list of all the recommended supplements. Like, she wants you to take vitamin D 5,000 units daily, and then alternate with 10,000 units 3 days a week, which I'm still not doing correctly. So got to work on that. She recommends, the B complex methylated. Methylated is a formula of B that your body doesn't have to work so hard to process, so you get the B way better in your system. She recommends essential fatty acids. Over-the-counter stuff, she recommends a multivitamin, which obviously has the methylated B in it and folate. She recommends ubiquinol, which is a new thing. It's like a CoQ10, and she recommends a really good prebiotic. And then for women, progesterone cream. She said this might help me with my period migraines, my hormonal migraines. You get this over-the-counter progesterone cream, and you can rub it on your breast because I guess it absorbs really well on your breast tissue. And so she said do that like maybe 5 days before your period, and it just might help with your migraine. So I'm going to probably try that, and that's over the counter. So yeah, so there we have it. I got yet another stellar report from the doctor. My thyroid levels are a little wonky, but that's to be expected because I have Hashimoto's, and with Hashimoto's, your levels can jump all over the place. But other than that, she was very happy. So that's my doctor's appointment and my report. So thanks so much for coming along, and let me know what you think down below. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.